Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Green Arcade. I'm back again. So, since the last video, it's been about, maybe an hour and a half in real life. The storm has kind of passed. I still got some stuff, like, just popping up out there. So, we call those, popcorn thunderstorms. So, you might hear some rumbles of thunder, but the big one kind of went over and past. So I made me a little bit of breakfast, got me a drink. So let's get back to it. Got another load of silage here to sell. So we're gonna sell these silage bales. I've got a few more silage bales and then the straw bales to sell. And then I'm hoping we get done with this in this episode. And then we can move on to springtime, maybe buy some land. Alright, so this is totally the way to go. Go down, cut down this field road here. Whoa, not in the field. Go down here and then make a right on this road and it takes us pretty much straight to our farm. We'll just come in right here. Nope. Gotta stay on the road. Alright, so what I need to do is probably start paying back some of that loan. We've got almost 200 grand. Gotta move my equipment back to the yard. I moved a lot of this equipment, oh gosh. I moved a lot of this equipment out to build the shed there. And I might still build another one right here. Oh gosh, there's some seed. Forgot I left that seed there too. Alright, so I'm just gonna take these bales here. I don't think the biogas takes straw. No, it does not. So what I may do is go ahead and load up the rest of these silage bales and a little bit of these straw bales. Go up there and then eject the silage bales and put them on the bottom. And then I'll have some straw bales to bring back down here. Get these loaded up. I might have a full load. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might make a full load out of this. Just with these little stacks here. Yep. 4 more. And this holds 14. So we'll have 3 full loads of straw bales to come back to. Alright, let's go back up the roadways. Sell the rest of these bales. I'm leaning towards maybe buying some of those fields, even if they don't have a crop in them that, well, I may buy them eventually that, you know, we want to plant our crop there. But if they put a good crop in there that we can harvest with our current harvester, then we may wait before we buy them. Or buy them and then, you know, take care of them, you know, and get them fertilized, you know, and all that stuff. But if it's something like a vegetable or a root crop or, you know, something like that that we don't have any plans on harvesting or anything, then we will plow them under and use them as like a cover crop, I guess. Alright, so these will fall to the ground if my calculations are correct. So let's do that. Then all I gotta do is turn around and pick them back up. Hopefully they fall straight down. This could be a mess. Yay! And it didn't bark at me. Woohoo! I totally thought it was going to be like, you know, straw is not accepted here. Straw is not accepted here. Alright, while this thing is like reloading there, I'm going to pay back the loan. Or pay some back on it. So repay. Let's get it down to 600 and see where we're at. I think I'm going to go ahead and go to 550. So there's 550. Alright, we should make a little bit more on the straw bales. Load these back up. Oh no. Oh no. Bring that up and grab that one. So we're taking these to the biomass heating plant, which is south of the farm there somewhere. Down here, is that it? Yes, that's it right there. So basically, take that middle road down. We'll sell these few here, and then we'll go grab the other stacks. Got 3 full stacks. Don't intend on making a ton of money off of those, but it's a byproduct of the fields that we did have. So, and if we do like a whole round of soybeans, then we won't have them next time. We'll have the grass around the fields that we'll mow and stuff, but won't have. And if we buy another field, we might buy that other grass field down south. Alright, let's head down the road. I hear birds singing. I'm recording this a little later in the morning than I normally do. So, I don't normally, you know, I've heard the birds sing, but I've never heard them during our recording, so. Watching the radar. There are some stronger storms developing. So I don't know. I don't know. Is this where I need to turn? Yep. I don't think there would be... I don't know, they could cut the stream early, but... I don't know, it's just one of those wait and see moments. It could turn into nothing, it could turn into something. Alright, second road right there. Yeah, don't have very far to go with these. Just that building right there. Straight, almost straight ahead. Second building to the right and straight on till morning. Now the question is, where... right there in front? I have to get out and hit the button? Or did they just sell there automatically? Nope, they sell automatically. Okay. What is the button for then? Maybe if you bring like your wood down here? That would be the only thing I could guess. So I think you can take wood to the biomass heating plant. Where's wood at? It's probably down here. And all this stuff down here. Wood, yes, you can take your wood to the biomass heating plant. This might actually be a better place to take those trees that we got instead of the sawmill. You make a little bit more at the sawmill, but it's not as far to go. We might look at doing that. All we'd have to do is just carry them down here. I didn't know you could bring wood to the biomass heating plant. I thought it had to be like wood chips. The more you know. I've almost got another 50 grand. If I get that 50 grand, we'll take our loan down to 500. And then we'll fast time or sleep. And then see where we're at. See what they plant up here. Be nice if they planted them in soybeans, wouldn't it? If we do beans, I could do oats. Oats would be okay, but you get more money for the soybeans. And you don't have to deal with the straw bales from those crops. I mean, I'm sure like there will be probably some fields that we'll buy that we'll get straw bales off of. But I mean, why? If you can plant beans, soybeans, that is. Another reason why I'm looking forward to the move to Montana. Because there's so much stuff to do with our favorite crops. You know, the soybeans, you can make soy milk. The corn, you can do corn oil, corn flour, whiskey. Then barley, you need a lot of these productions. You'll need like water too, but water's, you know, that's an okay thing. There's plenty of water. But you can do whiskey, you can do the beer with the barley. There's something pretty much for every crop. I think minus the root crops. And the thing about the root crops is I had heard the rumor, or read the rumor, that there wouldn't be any root crops in Judith Plains. That was not correct. there will not be any root crop contracts, so to speak. So there won't be any like root crops planted to have to do contracts on. You can still plant the root crops. They'll still be in the map. So if we wanted to do potatoes, an old man would look forward to that. If we wanted to do sugar beets, or any of the other root crops. I know sugarcane will still be in there. We'll most likely do sugarcane. Where, you know, when and where we need the sugar. Sugar pie, honey bunch. Na, 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 na. Alright. So we got 2 more stacks of straw. See what we get for a full load here. I think we got $5,000 for that load back there, so it was just over $5,000. And I think that was half a load. Just a little, maybe it was just a little over half a load. Let's see what we get for a full load here. $49,000, 49,1. So just over 10 grand, yeah. We'll take it. Just over the 10 grand. Alright. Whoa. I did see the, I need to go back and look at that. I think, who was that released that in the mod hub? The other pickup. I need to see if it's the one that lays them down horizontally instead of vertically like this. We might look at getting that. I mean, we do have the other trailer, the autoload trailer that we've used over on Elma. We'll probably use that in Montana, but that was either Hispano or Agro Tonho that did that mod. It's the Anderson, but I don't know if it's the one that does them vertically or if it lays them down flat. I need to go and look at that mod. Be nice to be able to lay them down horizontally instead of vertically like this. Then we could sell this Arcusin and just lay our straw bales like on the edge of the fields maybe. Be nice if we had a big barn to put them in, but we can't. There's not much option for a big barn here. Let me grab these 2. There are the other farms that are here, so I'm kind of curious as to what crops they'll plant near those. So there's a farm down here, but you look at the cost of it, that's 800 grand. Granted, you do get a bunch of like land with it, and I think there's a creek that runs behind that field, but you get another silo system, and you get, looks like you get some more buildings, maybe some barns and stuff. So Guess we need to go take a look at that when we get done selling. Or when we get into the spring. I looked at it before, and they had done oats down there. That would have been a great time to get that, but I mean, it was 800 grand. So it's a lot of money. Alright, one more stack after this. Yeah, one more stack. And we'll see where we sit. Or where we stand. Hope you guys like mowing videos, because there's going to be a lot of grass. So much, not just grass. So you can mow the alfalfa and the clover too. So we're going to be mowing grass. We're going to be mowing hay fields. We're going to be mowing alfalfa fields, clover fields. Hope you guys like mowing videos, baling videos, tedding videos, raking videos. All the videos in that effect, because there's a lot to do with that kind of stuff. Let's just drive down here real quick while we're in the scheme of things here. So we get another house, another farmhouse, and wouldn't you know, it'd be the same buildings. It's the same buildings that we got rid of. And the tree to get rid of. And then these little small ones, they don't work. So we would probably build our own buildings down here. But you do get another silo system. And there is a creek. There's trees over there. That's probably why it's so expensive. And there is another farm up north. A little pond over there. We may just take our air quote drone up there and look at that one. I don't know what all's up there. I'd have to look and see. Don't fall over, no! Another reason to have the horizontal bale thing. Alright, let's fly up there. Come fly with me. We'll lag, we'll fly away. Yeah. So there is another silo system up here. But look, they give you the same barns. Get another house. I'm assuming that once we buy that, we could sell that. We'd make money off of it. We get money back. How much is that farm? Okay, you have to do that field with it. So again, that's expensive. They make it expensive for a reason, I guess. Because I mean, if you go in and sell all that and then turn all that in the field, which we could do that with that farm and that farm down there. But we may have to wait till we're a little bit richer to buy these farms. I think there's only those farms. I don't think there are any more. So maybe we hold off on that. Those are expensive. We'll wait and see what they plant here at Grandpa's farm. This This will be known, we had Grandpa's farm over on Riverbend. So this will be Grandpa's farm. Get this last load in. Alright, let's go sell them. Last bit of cash to make. We'll get our loan back down to 500 even. And then see what else we can buy. Alright, let's pay that loan back down. Let's go ahead and get it down. It's at 550. Let's get it down to 500. Alright, 500 even. We've got 30,000 in cash. Let's go sleep. Let's go hibernate for the last, what, 2 to 3 months of winter. Maybe they'll plant something good in some of these fields around here. We have these fields here, so any of these fields down here would be good to have. Any of the fields up here by Grandpa's farm would be good to have. All depends on, I guess, what we can afford. Alright. Let's sleep. There's a Mick Jagger song called Let's Work. You know Mick Jagger, the singer of the Rolling Stones. Lead singer. And it's called Let's Work, but I'll change the words. Let's sleep. Alright, let's keep going. Not interested in any of the equipment that might be on sale, because we want land. I think we're good on equipment. We've got a pretty decent combine. We've got a utility tractor. We've got a field tractor. And I'm assuming that the crop calendar is probably the same here as it is everywhere else. Beans can't be planted until yeah, soybeans can't be planted until April. So let's it's snowing again. Let's keep on sleeping. The only thing they can plant really in February, I think, is cotton, maybe grass, but you don't see them doing too much of the grass part, like your neighboring farms and stuff. Crop types, yeah, they did. There's that one that they planted of cotton. I don't know what that's harvested. So there's, yes, they planted that field in cotton, that field in cotton, and this field in cotton. Guess we could get into cotton, but that's expensive to get into unless you get the, well, even the case harvester is kind of expensive unless you get it on sale. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. Let's go to, let's at least get to April. Because they could plant oats in March. I'm not opposed to oats. One more sleep to March. We'll have a little bit of bonus time here. Alright, let's see. Ooh, yeah, they planted oats in this big long field down here. Wonder if there's a contract on that. What field is that? Where else did they plant? They planted some oats up there. There's one there. There's some down there. I'm very interested in this field, though. Which field is that? 52. 52. Okay, I don't see a contract for it right now. Not to say that there won't be. And then there's a lot of the other stuff. Probably some of like the, oh gosh, what do you call it? The specialty crops. Peas, stuff like that, spinach, green beans, stuff like that. We probably won't be shopping for any of those type of fields like right now, so. It's funny though that, you know, there's not any... There's not really a ton of like wheat or barley fields. And we started off with a bunch of them here. I don't see, well, there's that one maybe. No, I don't think, that's not, nobody planted any, I don't see any wheat or barley. I see potatoes and stuff. That's interesting. Normally you see some winter crops. I guess nobody planted any. Alright, so it's March now, so we'll come back and check for contracts on 52. And this is a good one here, but I think that one has, yeah, you get that land with it too. That's 537. We could turn that into a field there though. What did they plant up here? Did they plant anything up here yet? What's that? What's pink? Is that sugar beets? It's a cheaper field, but it's one that we might get because we can probably plow some of that together. Let's see what they do in the other fields first. And then we'll check and see if there's any contracts on that other field. Even if we don't get the contract on it, as long as it gets fertilized and weeded, $52. Don't see any contracts quite yet. So let's go ahead and go to April. Because then we can do, we're gonna have to buy a planter. We'll get a small planter to plant stuff. But then we'll know where we sit. March 3rd. There's one for 10. Don't see any other fertilizing contracts though, so let's go into April now. I don't know, we bought those other fields up there. The more land you buy, the more collateral you have. Alright, so we're in April now. The grass should be about ready to mow again. Yep, it's ready to mow again, so we'll start mowing some grass. I'll take these trees down to the biomass plant. Let's see what they have planted out there. Ooh, boy. Oh, boy. It's one of the fields that we want, too. Oh, man, there's no weeds in it currently. It's already got the first stage of fert on it. What's in that one? Cotton. They did cotton there. So we may, I don't know, we may get that one. But man, how much is that one? $257. Oh boy. I'm tempted. It's in beans. I like the beans. There's another one in beans. It's not really where we want it, but what's the state on that one? Oh, that one's fully fertilized and no weeds. They may develop weeds. We may have to buy like a hoe, rotary hoe. But I'm very interested in this one. Are there any contracts on that? Which one is that? 49. 49. I don't see a contract for that yet. Even if there's not a contract for it though, right now. Well, there's a weeding contract. But it doesn't say it has weeds. Do they just magically put the weeds in? I guess they magically put the weeds in. We may have to invest in a rotary hoe. And or a sprayer. What's the growth state on that? Everything's still very early on. Of course, if we get any of these other two fields, even that one says, well, no, it doesn't say it, but that would be a good one though. That's a big field. Be a good soybean field. Tell you what, let's just buy them. And then whatever they need, we'll do ourselves. Because we can do a second stage of fert on there ourselves. Let's look at the equipment, though. Just out of curiosity, how much are... Where are they at? Is it under weeders? Yeah, so the rotary hoe is $36,000. So we need to save at least $36,000 there. We have a fert rig. We can do this right now. And we'll come back to the oat field. We'll leave it be for now. What number was that one? 52? Are there any contracts on that one yet? I don't see any contracts on that one right now. So we'll come back to that one. I'm very interested in these bean fields. Because if we plant beans, and then we got to buy a planter too. To plant the beans. Can't get anything huge. Don't want to get anything too expensive either. But we don't want to go super small. This one you have to buy the front thing, that thing. So that'd be 19.5. And then 65. So you're looking at 80 something thousand. Might as well get this Kverneland one. Because it has the extra capacity. And it's about the same price. So we may go with this Kverneland one. The horse wouldn't be bad. So that's 630 plus... What was that other thing? 1600 plus 630 would be what, 200 and something, and then the Kverneland is just a wee bit bigger, not by much. What's the width on that? That is 6.7 meter. And this is 9 meter. Yeah, I'd say go with the Kverneland. If you're looking at doing one in game, I may come back to the planters though, because I think there's some that I've got that are from giants. I think I double check, but I think there's some that are from horse that we can invest in. Maybe we can get one that might be better for our farm. But I'm gonna say let's go ahead and buy these. So we need what? 257. And then that one's actually cheaper. So this field down here is bigger. Let's start with this one down here. I'll work on prepping this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take out some loan first. 257. Take out a little bit of loan. Okay. Then I'll mow the grass, make some more silage bales. We'll keep those. Ooh. There's some thunder. I am worried now. I may have to postpone streaming for a bit. Okay, we're gonna buy that field. It's ours. So we do need to fertilize it. And I tell you what, I'll go ahead and do that. We'll come back in the next episode and see where we stand. I'll mow some grass, make some silage bales, and I may go ahead and buy that field. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look at planters first. I'm gonna put them in and see what we got, because we gotta plant our fields here that we've got. All right, that's the plan. All right, until the next time, guys. Remember, you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good one.